Let's talk about the two most talked about changes that will happen in schools this year. The first one is the Parental Rights in Education law, also referred to by critics as the Don't Say Gay law. It forbids classroom instruction on gender identity or sexual orientation in kindergarten through third grade or in higher grades when they don't meet state standards. It also makes a number of other changes. It requires schools to notify parents of changes to their health or well-being for their students, prevents schools from encouraging the withholding of information about students to their parents, allows parents to access their child's student records, lets parents refuse school health care services for their kids, and forces schools to get parental permission for any health care screenings. It also requires schools to respond to parental concerns within a week, resolve them within a month, or parents can escalate to the education commissioner and sue the school district. The second big change that's been much talked about this year, the Stop Woke Act, introduced by Governor DeSantis ahead of the legislative session. It forbids the teaching of 8 core concepts in schools and workplaces. It bans teaching that some individuals are morally superior, are inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive, are privileged or oppressed, or that everyone should not be treated equally. It also bans teaching that some individuals or groups bear responsibility for past actions like slavery, or that they should be treated adversely to achieve diversity, equity, or inclusion, or that certain virtues are by nature racist, sexist, or oppressive. If you're a parent, you definitely have heard of this one. The end of FSA testing. The Florida State assessments at the end of every school year, they are no more. They've been replaced by progress monitoring tests given 3 times a year. There's also now a law about individual seizure action plans. It forces schools to care for students with epilepsy or a history of seizures according to an individualized action plan that parents can develop and that gets signed off by a doctor. The restraint of students. This bans school personnel other than officers from using any mechanical restraints on students with disabilities. And developmental delays. This law expands the definition of exceptional students to include those with developmental delays up until age 9 or the end of 2nd grade instead of at age 5. Another law going into effect, the substitution of work experience for education. It allows state and local agencies to substitute certain work experience in lieu of a degree or other post-secondary educational requirements. Charter schools charters, HB 225, allows charter schools to modify their charters at any time and requires 90 days notice if they won't be renewed and automatically renews them if that notice isn't given. Also going into effect this year, the visiting schools law. This allows a state legislator to visit any school in their district without prior notice. It also creates a charter school review commission. And finally, post-secondary education and book review. This law will allow the Board of Governors to require each tenured state university faculty member to undergo a comprehensive review every 5 years. SB 7044 also requires schools to post a searchable list of every book used in school instruction or available in libraries and lets parents challenge those books. It also sets a 12-year term limit for any school board members. I'm Evan Donovan. Back to you.